Hey everybody, Darren Yankee here with WI Farms. We're out walking some cover crop fields today. These fields were planted after winter wheat and have been in the ground since the 1st of August probably, maybe the end of July even. We had a really dry summer here so far, but we caught some timely rains to really get this cover crop jumping. Now this cover crop we have out here is a Terralife product from Byron Seeds and is called MaizePro. And it's ideally planted after a small grain like winter wheat or oats or rye. So you plant it after that, and then the following season you want to come in here and plant corn. So they have devised this cover crop with certain species in it to do good in front of the corn, because we're producing nitrogen with some of these covers out here. So let's dig a little bit into what we got growing out here. And we have a whole bunch of hairy vetch. The stuff is pretty tall, pretty stringy stuff. So that's cool. We have peas. We have some really nice looking peas out here. Got some good growth, good length on them. Tillage radish coming along pretty nice as well. We have sorghum. We have some sunflowers, as you can see, kind of scattered around. They're starting to get a couple yellow heads on. I think there's some back behind me here that have nice yellow heads on them already, but they're starting to put some blooms on. So that's cool to see out in the fields. A nice look as you're driving along the country roads to see some sunflowers out this time of year. We also have linseed out here, I do believe. So them plants are getting pretty good height on them as well now. And we have 3 different types of clover out in these pieces. So here you can see some clover coming. That's a little bit shorter. It'll take a little bit longer for this stuff to take off. And in this mix as well, I think is some winter rye as well out in this mix, a little bit of that. And then of course you'll have a little bit of winter wheat regrowth. After the harvest, you always have a little come through the combine. So if you look down at the ground here, we just got a nice mat covering the soil. Just see the nice diversity out here. Like I say, this stuff has got some nice growth on it for as dry as we are this year. It's doing really well and producing some nitrogen. So when we come in next spring, we'll plant corn right into this crop. And then we'll come in and terminate this crop after we plant the corn. So we're keeping the soils alive. We've got living roots down in them soils throughout the whole winter, because some of these things like the vetch will be here in spring along with some of the rye. And then as the rain falls down, like it was this morning, finally we got a little bit of rain, it'll hit these leaves and will disperse and will absorb into our soil and start running off into all the ditches. So it'll slow that water down once it hits these plants, and it'll absorb into our soils and hopefully create a nice water bank for us for next spring, because we are short on moisture and we need as much moisture going into the ground as possible. So that's great having these covers out here and producing nice green mulch on the soil surface. So can't wait to see what happens next year and our big corn yields we'll see off this field, we hope. Well, thanks to all for tuning along and watching, and we'll see you next time.